Hey everybody, Richard's Vinyl Taphouse back with part 2 of my Taphouse February finds. And this time it's looking at albums that I bought that were new records, sealed, what have you, from all over town and literally from all over the world. So let's jump right into this and start with this amazing album. The debut album from Deacon Blue called Raintown. They are out of Scotland. Kind of pop rock, has that breezy kind of feel. The fact that this is their debut album is an extraordinary achievement because it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful album. Kind of themed around, growing up in an urban environment like Glasgow, I'm guessing. Yeah, that urban strife, weather, relationships, whatever, unemployment. Got to feature that one. But it's an interesting and complex album for a debut. It's really fascinating. Came out in 1987. This is a um, music on vinyl reissue found locally. It was actually pretty cheap. I was glad to get this for a great price. I've wanted this for a while, and it is absolutely worth checking out. Deacon Blue, Raintown. I wouldn't mind checking out more from them. Here's another one from England. This is Northern Uproar. Now, I saw this leafing through records at Invincible Records in Denver and saw this. Yeah, again, sealed, like $20. I think I remember Rob Walker showing this a couple of months ago. So these guys are out of Stockport in England, kind of alt indie with really urgent guitar approach. Love this album. They were kind of critically criticized for trying to be like Oasis wannabes. There's only a couple of songs on here that I think sound Oasis-like, but it's yeah, really excellent, really worth your time. It came out in 1996. This reissue was from 2022. Well worth your time. Showed this when I was at Twist and Shout with Alex over at Beer and Vinyl and Steve Carlson. Picked this up as a Prefab Sprout. Let's change the music. Let's change the world with music. This is a good one. It's interesting to me though because this is not the Steve McQueen Two Wheels Good type of Prefab Sprout where it has that sophisto-pop feel. But there's so many layers to this. There's brass, there's instrumentation, there's bleeps and bloops and all kinds of extra stuff that kind of detract from the whole thing. But it's really a Sade-like record. It has that sort of jazzy feel. But yeah, it's a little bit different for Prefab Sprout. This came out in 2009, later Prefab album. But yeah, good album. A little bit off of what I was expecting and hoping, I guess. The same day I was at Twist and Shout, I think I showed this on someone else's channel, probably Steve's or Alex. Talk Talk, Spirit of Eden. This is kind of that trilogy of albums, Spirit of Eden, Laughing Stock, and The Color of Spring, where Talk Talk went really ambient and very careful about almost every placement of every note. Kind of again, that sophisto-pop feel where they used to be more synth pop. Yeah, a little bit more ambient, a little bit interesting. It's deep. It's definitely a Sunday morning spin. Half Speed Master. I was glad to pick this one up to kind of keep that collection going. If you remember in my vintage vinyl reviews, I talked about 11th Dream Day, and I loved their Beat album so much that I was like, what else can I hunt down? And I found a vinyl copy of their new Moodio album, which came out. It was originally recorded in 1991. It kind of sat on the shelves for ages and finally got released on vinyl in 2013. This is a what if 11th Dream Day just kind of went, let's just have fun and record an album. It is fun. It is furious. It just sounds like they just let their guard down and went to town. This is a really fun album. Urgent guitars, loose, flying, fun. Great songs on here like Making Like a Rug, Making Out, oh dear. Making Like a Rug and Figure It Out are kind of the two that really stood out to me on this. So, yeah, came out about 10 years ago. So, great album. Yeah, unexpectedly good. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to go down a 11th Dream Day rabbit hole. How about some Bob Mould? Bob Mould put out a string of box sets called Distortion. So there was early Bob, mid-years Bob, and live Bob. It was 3 huge box sets to put all of his discography. This is kind of a collection of just the highlights from those box sets. I didn't need the box sets because I pretty much had all of the stuff in there, but I wanted kind of something to herald the Distortion years. These are like photos. They changed up the cover art for the original albums, but really good compilation of Bob from every era, 89-ish, 87-ish, all the way up to modern day Bob, except this new one. But yeah, really strong comp from Bob Mould. 3 more here. Can we do this? Going back to Australia, I finally finished my collection of Dope Lemon. This is Smooth Cat. It is much more low-key than other Dope Lemon albums. My biggest qualm with this, it's a Zoetrope pressing, and it is quite noisy. So I don't know if I need to find a CD and, go that way. What do I want to say about this? It's noisy, but it's the most laid back of all of the Dope Lemon albums. This came out in 2019 from Dope Lemon. Yeah, but hey, I got every Dope Lemon album. Only took 8 months, something like that. Okay, how about some shoegaze? This group is called They Are Gutting a Body of Water, Tagabo. For short, the album's called Lotto. Really fascinating, heavy shoegaze, more along the lines of groups like Dive and Nothing, and some of those darker shoegaze acts that are out there. But this is a neat little album. So heavy shoegaze, mostly instrumental. There are some vocals on this album. And I thought side 2 is a little bit stronger than maybe side 1. Slow Cross Stick is a Fugazi song that they actually did a cover for. So Tagabo, Lotto. I think Andy over at Andy's Music reminded me of this band because I had their first album, or an early album called S, as a download, but I hadn't listened to the new one. At long last, I have finally gotten the one Bowie album that has eluded me. This is Hunky Dory. For some reason, I've sat on this for years and not picked it up. What a mistake that was. So this is Bowie from 1971. Ziggy came out right after this one. So super strong album, is pretty accessible. Rick Wakeman does some piano guest work on here. Definitely pop, rock, art pop, but arguably one of Bowie's best albums, and I can't disagree with that one bit. It's a really, really strong one. RCA Orange reissue from a few years ago. I think this just got another reissue, half speed or something like that. Anyway, that is all of over 2 parts, all of the pickups just from February. It was a very busy month. We will talk to you soon, bring you some more music. Take care and be good, okay? All right, bye.